Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NJ, and today we are going to discuss over custom permissions. So you might have worked with custom permission or you might have heard of custom permission while working on Salesforce. So we'll be talking about what exactly it is and how we are going to use it and what are the benefit of using it. We are going to cover all of this and yeah, let's get started. So we'll be doing an introduction of custom permission, what exactly it is. So if you think about its name, that is custom permissions, you can get an idea what exactly it is. It is permissions which we are going to create customly and going to provide to users and so on. So custom permission is nothing in Salesforce, but it is a way to control access to custom functionality. So whatever custom functionality we are going to build, if we want to provide an access to it, or if we want to control our access over it, so we can use custom permission. It can be used to limit who can access a button or who can bypass a validation rule, so it will help us to implement security requirements with ease. So suppose you are having a validation rule, and but for a user you don't want that validation rule to be applied to that particular user. So what we'll do, we'll create a custom permission for that user, assign that custom permission to that user's profile or that user, and then in validation rule we'll check that if that validation rule, while checking for that validation rule, if that user does not have that particular custom permission, then only it should process, otherwise not. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, sorry. So we'll go over some use cases of custom permission. So first of all, we can use it in flow elements to decide our logic path. So we need to run create order path only when running user has the permission to create order, else only create account. So what we can do in flow, while this flow will be running, that while creating an account, its related context should be created. Sorry, its order path should be created. What we'll do, we'll again, similar to that validation rule, we'll check for the custom permission. If that running user is having that custom permission, then it should allow it to create, otherwise it should not. Then second use case we can use it in validation rule formulas. We just talked about it. So we can use it in validation rule formulas to bypass the validation rule for specific users. So suppose admin user can update the close date on opportunity after it is being closed. But for rest of the user, it should not work like that. We can use it in flexi page components as well, that is custom visibility. We can create record button which should only be visible to sales user. We can use it in LWC or aura component as well. Again, we can assign the custom permission to user and check if the user is having that custom permission, then only that button should be visible on the flexi page, otherwise it should not. We can even use it in Apex to bypass the logic executed based on permission. Similar to the validation rule, we can use check permission function of feature management class. So you can just check for check permission function and see if that user is having your particular custom permission or not. Then why are we using it? I hope you might be so far clear on this, that why we are using it. We are using it to bypass some of the things, so that and we are assigning it to particular users as well. But let's go over it. So we'll be talking in technical terms that why we are using it. We can using it because of granular access control. So it goes beyond object and field level security to control access to specific features of Salesforce. Then it is helpful for giving us a flexible assignment. We can assign permissions through profile or permission sets and making it easy to manage user access. So we are not talking about the normal permission sets permission, but what we are saying is that we will create a custom permission and then we can assign that custom permission to profile or the permission sets. Based on that, user's access can be checked. Then we have simplify validation rules and flows. We can use custom permission to bypass validation rules or conditional logic in flows for certain users that we have already covered. So how we can create our custom permission? You can simply go to the Salesforce admin console first. Then you can click on the gear icon and then you will see the drop down to go to setup. And under platform tools, you can see custom code, and under that you will see option of custom permission, or directly you can just go to the setup and in quick search you can type custom permission. You will see the option of custom permissions. After clicking on that, you will get option to create new custom permission. You can click on it and then you can enter custom permissions name and its label. You can even provide the description of its behavior as well, and we can save the custom permission. So after saving it, we can enable our custom permissions in a profile or permission set. We can even create dependencies between custom permission. Suppose if we are having two custom permission, we can make it dependent to each other. And then we can use custom permissions in Apex class, flows, or validation rules. Then when do we use it or when shall we use it, that's also already covered, but let's see that when permission sets or profiles do not include access for custom processes or apps, such as we talked about already, such as validation rules, flows, or in Apex class we have some things to check, or if on flexi page or LWC pages we have a button, we want only some of the user to be visible to it, then we can use custom permissions. So when you want to have grant access to selected user, then we can use custom permissions, and when you want to avoid hard coding references, then also we can use the custom permissions. So that's all about it. It's a very brief video, very short video on that what exactly is custom permission, why do we use it, and how we can create it and use it. It's a very verbal video. We don't have any practical on this, but I hope you'll be very clear, and it is very easy. You can just try making one of the custom permission, and you can be aware on where to use it and why do we use it. And this is one of the question which is asked in interview as well on the custom permission, that what is custom permission, or what is the difference between custom permission and custom setting, and where do we use custom permission or where do we use custom setting. So I hope you are clear on custom permissions, and in one of the videos we will cover custom setting as well. So if you like it, please like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Stay tuned.